So is there anything in that awkward moment that you pulled directly from your personal life?
I feel like I know which scenes you're talking about, what you're getting at. When the guys eat the Viagra and have the horizontal peeing.
Yeah, the horizontal
That
peeing.
is the only moment in the entire movie that is based on my actual life.
Really?
The rest is just one giant fiction.
I'm not even going to ask about the backstory there.
Does sarcasm show up in print, or is that a difficult thing?
That's a tremendous scene, and it looked very painful for the actors. Hopefully they were prepared for that.
They were prepared for that, but you know, even at the most hyperbolic, we tried to have the performances be very, very real, and I think it's the only thing that actually grounds that moment and makes it, for me, makes it much funnier that they're having a real conversation where they're actually concerned. Talk
a little bit about the cast, because, I mean, in terms of, like, the young male leads in Hollywood, these are, like, the guys, you couldn't ask for a better trio. Were these the guys that you wanted, like, from the get-go?
These are absolutely the guys that I wanted, and, you know, they're all having incredible years, and, you know, I couldn't be luckier that they have all done amazing work outside of this movie, and I feel like with a little luck, I will be able to ruin their careers.
Any momentum,
any momentum that they happen to garner from those wonderful films. Yeah.
Talk about how crucial Zac's involvement was, because he's on as a producer as well.
Yeah, Zac got, he had done a movie called At Any Price, the Ramin Barani film, right before this with my financing producers on this film. They got him the script, and he called me from Cannes, sort of out of the blue. I'd never met him before, and said, hey, it's Zac, like, I love this thing. I want to do the project. I want to help you get it done. And he came on. He was really the catalyst that pushed the whole thing forward. It was a sign that the movie was being made, and he was instrumental in helping get the other guys and the girls to come on and do the movie with us.
What was the atmosphere on the set like when the three of them are together, and then when you you know, insert an actress in there? Does everybody behave themselves a little bit more when there's a girl?
They do. They all. It's really funny. I mean, they're really fun and sort of like they're incredibly like energetic and they love being boys. But as soon as Imogen or Mackenzie would come on set, you'd see these guys start to become perfect gentlemen, and they'd act like older brothers or something. You know, they were always taking care, always taking care of them. And I think fundamentally they're all really good people, and it's one of the reasons I cast them in the movie, because that fact makes them feel like they could be friends in real life.
Right.
And they are friends in real life as a result of the fact.
Did you allow for any improvisation? Because it seems like, you know, there are certain times, especially Miles, who can kind of just go off on his own a little bit.
Yeah, there were only 2 to 3 lines, people are surprised to hear this, of improv in the entire movie. It's that's sort of my thing, is making it feel like it was all sort of loose and improvised, and like you've dropped in on a conversation. But it was all heavily scripted and controlled by me. Frankly, one of the reasons is because I didn't have the time. People don't realize that this was a super indie shot in New York in 24 days. We didn't have the time to improv. As soon as we got what we needed, we had to move on.
Can you talk a little bit about New York as a character? Because I was talking to Zac about that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a difficult city to shoot in, of course, especially if you're an indie project.
It's a tremendously difficult city to shoot in, but it looks gorgeous. And like the production value you get out of just, in the energy that you get from being in the city, just can make a movie. And it was helpful for me to, like, in seeing the script come to life. And there was no other place that you could shoot this movie. And it was authentic to the experience I had. And I say this, if like social networking has changed dating because you have a million options and they're all sitting in front of you, the physical manifestation of that is New York City. You walk outside and you're surrounded by the same thing. So it's very cinematic in that regard.